Good morning, South Africa, and welcome to State of the Nation, where we take an honest and unfiltered look at the actual state of this country. If you enjoy the conversation, please support this channel by liking and subscribing, and join in the conversation by leaving a comment. We want to build a community for all South Africans that transcends race and gender, and adds positively to the national dialogue. Tomorrow the President will deliver the State of the Nation address, and it will be full of self-promotion and empty promises. This country faces many challenges that need to be addressed, including poverty, unemployment, crime, education, housing, water, and electricity. The President will once again promise to solve these issues using the same policies and people that caused them. The cause of South Africa's problems is structural and ideological. We must deal with that before any headway is made in addressing the fallout. Here are 10 things the President would say if he were truly committed to fixing the country and putting the people's best interests over those of his party. Before anything else, the President would come clean to the nation about what happened on his farm. He would tell us where the money came from, why it was hidden, who took it, and how he was involved in the recovery. If the President wants us to trust him, he needs to start by being honest with us. He will acknowledge that his cabinet is corrupt, incompetent, and unfit. He will apologize to the country for appointing these clowns to the cabinet and for the destruction they have brought. He will announce a new cabinet with members selected from the best South Africa has to offer, not a reshuffle of the same dodgy characters. He will pledge his commitment to the Constitution, especially around private property rights. He will end any speculation about expropriation without compensation. He will end all race-based laws and regulations in South Africa, including affirmative action and race requirements for state procurement. He will immediately end the ANC's cadre deployment policy. He will appoint a committee to conduct a skills and performance audit on all those the ANC has deployed, and anyone found to be unfit will be replaced. He will announce that the public sector wage bill will be cut by reducing the number of people employed by the state. This may seem like a bad way to tackle unemployment, but it is necessary. The state wage bill is unsustainable. A skills and performance audit will be conducted to determine the suitability of employees. State employees who have been involved in corruption will be prosecuted. He will announce the immediate end to all bailouts of state-owned entities. Those that cannot survive on their own will be sold or closed. Those that remain under state ownership will be run independently, without ANC interference. The President will pledge to leave the South African Reserve Bank alone, and not allow the ANC to alter its mandate or interfere with its independent functioning. The President will pledge not to declare another national state of disaster. He will not subject the country to authoritarian rule and looting of public resources. Instead of further centralizing power to deal with the energy crisis the ANC created, they will relinquish control and allow experts to deal with the matter. The President will announce decisive steps to deal with the electricity crisis, including the immediate separation of Eskom into generation, transmission, and distribution entities, with no more dragging of the feet. The energy sector will be opened, and Eskom will no longer have a monopoly. There will be an immediate provision for all private power producers to be able to sell power to the grid, as well as private citizens who produce excess electricity. Licensing for private power producers will be streamlined and removed from the Minister of Energy and rest with an emergency procurement committee comprised of only industry experts. There will be a skills audit of all Eskom staff, recruitment of qualified experts for vital positions, and the dismissal and prosecution of anyone involved in sabotage and corruption. He will also announce that Eskom's tariff increase will be lower to match inflation. Unfortunately, the President will not make any of these promises because the truth is that we have a lame duck president who is not capable of making difficult decisions. The President is beholden to those in his party who have supported him, and his loyalty lies with his party and not his people. If you want to know more about what is happening in the world, check out our sponsor's book, The Ministry of Truth, by Ethan Quinn. This book explains how identity politics is used to manipulate society.
Despite the propaganda, this is not a struggle between people of diverse cultures, races, or genders. In reality, The culture war is taking place to decide the fundamental question of our time: what sort of society do we want?
Please support this channel by liking and subscribing.